Hi team, I wanted to give you three really cool features that you can do with Microsoft Edge built on Chromium that I think will make life really easy for you in a range of cool in different ways. First one I want to show you is about profiles. So notice here I'm signed in with my work credentials, but you can add additional profiles based off your Azure Active Directory credentials or your Microsoft account. So a single click will take me into a new browser, but I'm now a different Azure Active Directory user. So when I load Teams, I see a Dell inside of Teams. Super quick and easy, makes it really fast way to change your environment, particularly if you're doing a lot of demonstrations, no longer needing to use an anonymous browser or anything like that. Just add a profile, click it, and you're away, and all of those settings will apply in that context as well. So do encourage you to load some profiles into Edge and make sure that you're using those. This is particularly useful in a context where you may be a guest user inside of somebody else's Microsoft Teams tenant. So here's a good example. Here I am signed into Teams on the web. You notice that I'm a member of a number of different tenants on the side. If I click on this one here, it's going to authenticate me through into that same tenant that Adele had invited me into. So it's switching tenants now, and you go, hey, this is fine. Maybe this isn't a bad process, but I don't want to have to go through this every time I want to be inside of this guest Teams tenant. What you can actually do with Edge is super cool. Up in the top right hand corner where the ellipsis is, you can go down to apps, and you can actually say install this as an app. So I'm going to do that now, and it's going to create this. So I'm going to call it Sam at MSFT and M365 Education Teams Tenant. So that's quite a long name. Probably could have something shorter. But when I do that, now I have a standalone Edge app that takes me directly into that team as a guest. So what does that actually look like? If I quit out of there, okay, and I go to new applications recently installed, have a look. Here is my Sam and MSFT and my M365, like I talked about. Single click launches me into this tenant as a guest. Perfect, right? So I can say, thanks Adele. Let's tag her in here. Great to be in your tenant again, right? And I push that out there, and she gets notified because that's her primary tenant. If we come back to the test one that I showed you earlier, hey, look, there's me, Sam McNeil, as a guest saying thanks to Adele for being back in her tenant. So not only is this an app that can be launched from the Windows 10 Start menu, it's also natively pinned to the taskbar, so you can launch it directly from there. So whilst I would probably use the Microsoft Teams desktop app for my host Teams environment, if I have a guest tenant that I need to be in regularly, I can just create an app, as simple as that. So I really like that. The third and final tip that I'm going to give you inside of Edge is using collections. Now these are pretty cool because you can create a number of different collections. I've created one here for MS Edu websites. So again, you can add any page into it. So I might say the Chrome one, I can add it as a current page. It gets added into my collection. I can create a note easily. Awesome to be using Teams collections inside of Edge, right? And that gets saved in there, but you can also do other things as well. So if I really like this particular image, I can save the image to my collections. It asks me which one I want to save it to. And notice that the image has been dropped along with the link directly into my collections. Super cool for research. You can see how students would be getting a lot of value out of this. You can share these as well. So you can send them to Excel, Word, you can choose to open them all. But if I copy them all, I might want to copy those links and drop them into OneNote for my students to be able to see. That would synchronize out to all of them, and they've got the link, the title, and they can just go get at it if these were a suggestion of different resources that they could use as part of their research. So to recap, three really cool tips inside of Microsoft Edge. One, profiles. based off your Azure Active Directory or Microsoft account credentials. That's a cool one. Creating apps specific to a particular site, or in this case, a particular team inside of Edge. And then the third one, that really nice collections feature as well. So this is in my Adele profile. So notice I don't have my Microsoft Edge ones because this is Adele, the different profile. If I jumped back to my account, my collections are available here. Hope those are useful ones for you as you start using the Chromium Edge browser more.